Okay, I know what the plan is. The plan should be that you come up with a one world religion that mixes God the Father and Satan, and you claim that actually it's just two sides of the same thing. I go on TV in some way. I don't know how. I don't know that about, but um, and I reveal that I think I'm God, and that I also think that I'm the devil, and it's like just two sides of the same thing. So we both promote the idea of good and bad. There's good and bad in everything, but we don't make too much of a thing about it. You know, with the singers and stuff, they all have positive and negative names. We don't go into details about that. We just say that Satan and God the Father are the same person. God, my version of this would be the female goddess. Let's call it, because I'll call her the goddess, um, and and the devil, I guess, are the same people. But the devil can refer to both male or female. It's just the negative sides of that. But yes, so there could be like a temporary battle between me and myself on my own versus a group of people that say that I'm not God, that I'm just some sort of sacrifice or female Christ or a Babylon or like the Mary version. I don't know. There could be lots of, you could say lots of things, but yeah, so you just promote Satanism in a big way and say that Satan's not the bad guy because actually Satan is God. And so yeah, then you create a new religion. Um, People are going to fall away from Christianity because they're going to say, you know, this is there's obviously lies in it because Satan is accused of being the bad guy in it and stuff. So people are going to fall away from that, but they're going to also fall away because they're going to realize that Jesus isn't the real Christ. You know, if the people who are worshiping or praising, giving praise to Satan, give all the evidence to prove that actually I'm the sacrifice or the Christ, then people are going to realize that okay, Satan isn't actually the bad guy, and also it doesn't even say Satan; it says the serpent. So why do people think that Satan was the one who you know it says serpent, it does not say Satan, and so you could even make out that you know the serpent wasn't actually referring to Satan because it just says serpent, and that there's make you know Plato says that there's things wrong in the Bible, and I think later on they say that old devil, the serpent. But yeah, that doesn't necessarily. There's somewhere in later on that said that, but you can just make out that this is Bible was just written by humans, and they didn't, you know, that they didn't know who Satan was, but actually Satan is the god of the world. And Satan is actually a good guy. You can use John Lennon's videos. Never really followed him much. I know that the only time that I found out about him really was I went to have a meal with that. There was a guy who did chauffeuring, and he told me that he was actually in the chauffeur. Um, he did chauffeuring people, and he said that he was when Rihanna got hit. He said he was actually driving her bus, but I don't know if that's the truth or not. I just know that um, the only reason why I bothered to look up John Lennon's is because he promoted him. I think he said that he was doing a tour with him because I was asking like, well, who else have you worked with? And he just I think it was just Rihanna, and I think he did Ariana as well. We met Ariana, I think, but that he didn't really know her. But I don't know. And then John Lennon was one of the ones that he did a tour with. But it was only when he said that he was like, "Do you know him? Do you know him?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, I know him." Honestly, I thought he was white at the time, so I didn't know him. And then I went to go look online, and then I found that All of You song, and I was like, "Hey, this is nice," but I don't know. It seemed lies because it's like they didn't like me, so I don't know. I didn't really know what to think of him, but I know I found him through that guy telling me, "Do I know of him?" And me being like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," and I was just like, "No, I don't." But anyway, yeah, he's Angel of the Legends. But yeah, Satan is technically a legend, and you two can promote that maybe Satan is a fictional character, but he's still like God in some way. I don't know. You could say lots of things. There could be lots of things. Lots of people can be saying different things. Some can believe that he is actually a real entity person, and some can just say he's a fictional character. I will stick with the fictional character that I don't mind marrying because it pisses off Christians. So I will go for my own story, and you can go for whatever story you want. But basically, this one world, this new religion will be formed, but I think everyone will have a different interpretation of it. I think that's probably the best for the one world religion. Christianity will fall because there'll be so much evidence that I'm Christ and not Jesus. But at the same time, there will still be people that stay loyal to Jesus who want to go to heaven, and those will be the rapture believers. The rapture believers will stay loyal to heaven, to Jesus, and to wanting to get into heaven. So and then the people who are worshipping, I don't know, you can have two sides. Some people worshipping Satan, some people working for, I don't know. I'm trying to think about how it's going to plan out, how it's going to work out, but I don't know what you're doing on your side. Some people could be maybe supporting Satan and saying saying that he's the same person. Other people can be kind of saying that he's not, but at the same time, you still need to go with the rapture. I mean, the Christians can promote the idea of converting or believing in the rapture, and so the Christians continue. I think that's it. The Christianity will split into two groups: one that converts and says, you know what, we're going to change to Satanism, and then the other ones that stay loyal to Christianity and seek heaven, hence believe in the somehow going through me being the sacrifice, get them into heaven. That might help them or believe or whatever. I don't really know. It's hard to talk about religion because there's so many different people saying so many different things about it that I can't say one specific narrative or one specific group, because I feel like there'll be a whole different group of people that just won't apply to. So it's hard to talk about religion because I feel like I can say lots of different things and agree with everything, because technically religion is kind of a myth. And hence, there's loads of different versions of a different myth. You can have the same myth told in lots of different ways, and that is basically what religion is. But I'm trying to think about the future and what's going to happen, and that's what I think it's going to happen. Christianity is going to fall because they're going to see evidence that I'm Christ, not Jesus. But a lot of people are going to think maybe I'm the bad Christ, or I'm just a sacrifice, not actually Christ, but just someone who thinks that she's God when she's not. And so they would probably seek another world, and then you can have the religion of trying to become gods yourself by getting into the other realm, but through, maybe you can have some sort of chip that actually downloads your soul in, and then all you need to do is just put the chip in your brain, and you'll be transported to that. That's another idea, creating a chip idea where they say that this is the evidence that we're living in a matrix, that this is the evidence that this reality is just a false world and it's falling apart, and that we're coming to the end of the timeline, and we now have technology that can make you a god in another realm or take you to another realm. You can give proof of this, and then you say that you're going to put a chip in people, but you need to put them to sleep to do this, and then they go to sleep in the sense of them actually going to sleep. And then there's I don't know about Islam, because I don't really know. I know that their ending is supposed to be like a big bang. Like that's how I think they think it ends. But yeah, I don't know if that should happen at the beginning of the tribulation, the middle, or the end. I'm not too sure. I mean, I think giving them an option to become Christ believers, that might be a best option. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Uh, yeah, I think they're going to see the evidence that I'm Christ, or see the evidence that I'm God. I don't think they'll really get that. I don't think there's going to be that many people wanting to promote me as being God. Because there's going to be a lot of people that want to hate me even more. I mean, if they see me as a sacrifice, then I feel like they'll be wanting to hurt me for no reason. Whereas if they see me as God, they're going to hurt me or want to hurt me for every problem that's ever happened in their life, or all the people that believe that their mind that they can't control their mind and they can't control their thoughts. Something that the Boer guy told me yesterday, that he doesn't feel he has any control over his thoughts, and he doesn't have any control of his life, and just everything happens and he can't control it. And I just, how can you be like that? I don't know. I mean, I am going through a lot, but I'm going through a lot because no one is helping me do anything. Um, and something in my brain is telling me that I just need to sit back and kind of let some sort of light shine out of me, which is how I feel most of the time. And I can't control how I think, but that's because what I'm doing is creating a whole timeline, and I am trapped in a timeline that I'm forming, and there's a lot of people, I guess, relying on me to fix everything. I think when fixing is just it just means setting people up to anyway. But yeah, I don't know why he would think that. It doesn't make sense why he would think that he can't control his own thoughts. But if there's going to be loads of people like this who believe that God controls their thoughts, then if they've made any bad decisions, they're going to blame me for everything. So um, do I really want everyone in the world to see me as God? No, because a lot of people are going to blame me for everything that all the bad choices that they've made, which realistically makes no sense. I mean, why would you blame one person for all the bad choices that you've chosen to make? Or if someone's bullied you when you're at school or something, why would you blame someone for why would you blame God for letting people bully you when you realize if you realize that God is one person on earth and is inspiring lots of stuff, to think that that person deserves to be blamed for all the things that have happened to you, I feel like that's absolutely insane way of thinking. But I think maybe a lot of people will think that way. I don't know enough about people's responses because I'm not getting enough responses from people to know what they think. Um, and but yeah, I feel like other people might have a better idea of this, but I don't know when it comes to Islam. Um, you know, I feel like I've had a few clients because I do massage or did massage, and I've had a lot of Muslim people, and I don't know. I did mention it a few times, but I feel like religion is something that can get a lot of people angry. And if you've got a strong belief in something and someone says that you're wrong, you will get very angry over the thought that you might be wrong. Um, and therefore, I don't know what to say.